something you've never heard and blow your mind. Once upon a time, I told you stories from Africa. Fun enough to make you laugh. Bright enough to light your day. Super lessons you learn from it, and it makes you go. I am Grandma Wura. I am Grandma Wura.
Hello children, welcome to Grandma Wura's Story Hut, where my stories give you wings and fly you on an African adventure. So Nosa, do you want to tell me the meaning of your name?
Yes, ma'am. The meaning of my name is anything God says shall come to pass.
Anything God says shall come to pass. Do you know that Africans do not just give names? The names they give are prophetic or describe the circumstances that surround the birth of a child. Which brings me to today's story, titled Ajao and Ajadi. Several years ago, there were two kingdoms who were fond of always going to battle against each other. It was the kingdom of Bede, and there was also the kingdom of Ogunade. And they would fight for no reason. They fought for the least reasons. On one of the battles, Ogunade actually won the war. And as a result of winning the war, they took spoils. They did not only take spoils, they also took slaves, adult slaves. But they also took two Albino twins, belonged to the warlord of Bede. These twin babies had birthmarks on their right eye, which made them really noticeable. Now, being in Ogunade, these boys had become great warriors. They were trained and skilled fighters. One of them was a great strategist, while the other one was a fantastic warrior. And they were always the ones that were sent out. Whenever Ogunade needed to go for battle, they would be the ones to be sent out to spy on whatever kingdom they were going to battle with. As a result of their expertise, Oba of Ogunade loved them so much. And so the prince became really jealous of the two, because he now felt that his father preferred those two to him. And so he was very, very unhappy. He was jealous and he wanted to do everything to get rid of these Albino twins. Not long after, word came to the king of Ogunade that Bede had now begun to rise and was becoming great once again. When this word came to the king, another rumor began to spread as well. That the two Albino warriors, remember them, that they were originally from Bede.
I am Grandma Wura.
The prince got wind of this and decided this was an opportunity to get rid of the Albino warriors. And so he told his father that the Albino warriors that he loved so much are actually from Bede. The king was broken. He loved the boys so much. But however, they had to do their duty. They had to go again. They had to go to Bede to spy on the land. But would they be back? Would they come back? So you know what the king did?
What did he do?
He decided to send one of his faithful servants to go after them and also spy on them to see if anything would happen, to see if they would remain in their original land and join forces. So that happened. The spy followed the twins. But you know, because the twins are so good at what they do, they noticed that they were being spied on. And so they turned around at some point and caught this king's servants that had followed them. And they asked him, why are you spying on us? Why are you following us? He had no choice but to tell them what had happened, because he also really, really was fond of them. And he said that actually, when the war took place several years ago, both of you were taken from Bede. You are originally from Bede. While this was happening, something else happened.
What happened?
The warlord and his security guards caught them. But the other spy was able to run away. He wasn't caught. When the warlord looked at the two albinos, the twin albino twins, he was shocked and said, Ajadi, Ajao. Those were the original names that he had given them from birth. They looked at him confused, wondering, who is Ajadi? Who is Ajao? What is he talking about? But immediately, he got his servants, his security, and told them to lock them up in order to protect them immediately. While they were being locked up, he visited them and told them the entire story about their lives. He told them that they were his children and that he never went into war with Ogunade just because they were in Ogunade. But now that they were back home, this was time to go to battle with Ogunade. By the time the special spy got to Ogunade and told the king that the twins had been captured, the king got angry and decided he had to go after them. Though somewhere in his heart he had hoped that he hadn't entirely lost the boys. So word was sent to Bede. Well, the warlord of Bede sent a message back and said, we are also coming for battle. Somehow, the twins heard when this order was being given out by the warlord, and their father, the warlord, told them, you know you're going to go with me to battle against Ogunade. They were not happy about it, but they had a plan, and so they told him, yes, we will go with you. When they got to the battlefront, the warlord of Bede against the king of Ogunade, immediately the king of Ogunade spotted the twins, Ajadi and Ajao. You know, it's so easy to spot them out because they are, yes. And he was shocked and shouted out, are you for us or you are for them? The boys looked at the king. Their hearts also went out to him. And you know what they did?
No.
The two boys separated. Ajao went to Ogunwade's side, while Ajadi remained with his father on the side of Bede. Do you know what that meant?
No.
Do you know what that would cause?
Yes.
Think deeply.
I'm very sure that none of them will fight, because the king loved the twins so much that he wouldn't want to shoot the other twin from the other side and the warlord won't also want to attack the other side because his son was with them.
Fantastic. At that point, they looked at one another. All the soldiers on both sides shook their head because that was a smart one. From that point, both sides decided never again to fight each other. And that was the end of battle between Ogunade and Bede. Do you know what Ajao means?
No.
Ajao means mighty warrior. Do you also know what Ajadi means?
No.
Ajadi means end of war. And that is the end of my story. The power of a name. I hope you learned a thing or two from my story. But not to worry, there'll be one more story, always from Grandma Wura, for another day. Until we come your way again on the Grandma Wura Story Hut. This is Grandma Wura and Nosa saying, bye-bye. Now tell me, Nosa, what did you learn from today's story?
I learned that it's not good to fight one another for any small thing. And it's always good to make peace at a certain point of time.
Awesome. Awesome. Well done, Nosa. Well done. Well said. Well said. Today, on Grandma Wura's Story Hut, we learned that wars against one another only bring us and our loved ones sorrow in ways we probably never imagined. We also learned that we must always seek ways to bring about peaceful situations, amongst others, whenever it is within our means to do so. Like the twins, it is important to have a loyal heart to the people we hold dearly. Discuss more of the other lessons you learned today with your parents or guardians. You can reach me at Grandma Wura on Facebook and Instagram with the supervision of an adult. Also visit www.proudafricanroots.com to get your own copy of the Grandma Wura Story Hut ebook.
Tell you something you've never heard that will blow your mind. Once upon a time, I'll tell you stories from Africa. Fun enough to make you laugh. Bright enough to light your day. Super lessons you learn from it, and it makes you go.